Let's start our first news. Conor has finally broken his silence after the devastating knee injury that forced him out of action. The former champion revealed that the damage was more serious than many expected, confirming that he suffered an ACL and meniscus injury during the Holloway incident. The injury is reportedly similar to the one he suffered during his first Hall fight, but this time it happened on the opposite leg. Despite the setback, Conor delivered a message filled with confidence and determination. He explained that he managed to return to competition within 9 months after his previous injury, and with modern recovery methods, advanced medical treatments, and improved training techniques, he believes a comeback by next summer is still possible. Conor also shared positive updates about his recovery, saying he is already walking without crutches and has started working on leg extensions with resistance. He believes being able to activate his quad and train without assistance are very positive signs. The Irish superstar also reflected on the timing of the injury, saying he feels he may have been protected from something worse. He admitted that if he had continued with the night's events, the situation could have turned out differently. Conor ended his statement by thanking fans for their support and well wishes. He made it clear that he is staying focused, maintaining discipline, and moving forward without negativity. For Conor, this is not the end of the story. It is another challenge in his career, and he remains determined to return stronger than before. Move on to another news. With Conor's injury situation becoming clearer, the future plans for Max Holloway have started to create a lot of discussion. After it was revealed that Conor could be facing a long recovery period, the possibility of their planned matchup is now uncertain. The big question is whether Holloway should wait for that fight or stay active while he is still in his prime. During a recent stream, Holloway made his feelings clear and called for another huge matchup. He said that if Conor is not available, he wants the next title opportunity. But if that does not happen, he already has another name in mind: Justin Gaethje. Holloway and Gaethje have unfinished business after their incredible battle, and Holloway believes a rematch would deliver another unforgettable striking war. He stated that their history makes the fight exciting, and he would be ready to run it back. However, making this fight happen may not be simple. Holloway recently suffered a loss against Charles Oliveira, while Arman is currently waiting for his own opportunity in the lightweight division. From a rankings perspective, the matchup could be difficult to justify, but there is one major reason why fans and the UFC could still consider it. Justin Gaethje has already expressed interest in avenging his shocking knockout loss to Holloway, and a rematch between these two fan favorites would attract massive attention. The first fight delivered one of the most memorable moments in recent UFC history, and a second meeting could become another classic. If the UFC decides to make it happen, Holloway versus Gaethje 2 would be a fight that fans would immediately get excited about. Move on to another news. The UFC has officially added another exciting matchup to its upcoming schedule, with a new flyweight fight announced for September 12th. According to a report shared by Marcel Dorf on X, JJ Aldridge is set to face Regina Tarrin as part of the UFC's latest Noche card. The event is expected to celebrate Mexican fight culture, making Tarrin's involvement even more meaningful as she represents Mexico inside the octagon. JJ Aldridge enters this matchup with strong momentum. In her most recent appearance, she secured a unanimous decision victory over Jamie Lynn Horth in April. That win continued an impressive run, as Aldridge has now gone 4-1 across her last 5 fights. Her experience and consistency have made her a difficult opponent in the flyweight division. Aldridge has shown the ability to control fights, stay composed under pressure, and use her technical skills to find victories against tough competition. Standing across from her will be Regina Tarrin, who is still building her name in the UFC. Tarrin made her promotional debut earlier this year in February and immediately made an impact by defeating Ernesta Karakite via unanimous decision. That victory extended Tarrin's undefeated professional MMA record to 8-0, showing why the UFC believes she could become an important prospect in the division. She enters this fight with confidence, having never experienced defeat in her professional career. This matchup creates an interesting clash between experience and an undefeated rising contender. Aldridge brings years of UFC experience and proven performances against established fighters, while Taran brings the energy and confidence of a fighter looking to make a statement. A win for either athlete could significantly improve their position in the flyweight rankings and open the door for bigger opportunities moving forward. The September 12th Noche card continues to take shape with another exciting matchup added to the lineup, and this flyweight showdown could become one of the fights to watch on the event. Move on to another news. Daniel Cormier has shared his thoughts on a potential trilogy fight between Du Plessis and Sean Strickland, and he believes there is a strong argument for making it happen. The former champion explained that as a fan of the sport and someone who wants to see the best fighters in the division compete against each other, he understands why many people would be interested in seeing these two settle their rivalry one more time. Du Plessis and Strickland have already fought twice, with Du Plessis winning both encounters. Their last meeting was especially convincing, as Du Plessis delivered a dominant performance that left many fans questioning whether a third fight would actually be competitive. Cormier pointed out that this situation creates an interesting problem. While trilogy fights are usually built around unfinished business, the fact that Du Plessis is already 2-0 against Strickland could make some fans less interested. The concern is that viewers may feel they have already seen how this matchup plays out. If one fighter has clearly won both fights, especially the second one in a dominant fashion, some fans may prefer to see a fresh challenger receive the next title opportunity. However, Cormier also admitted that Strickland has done enough to remain in the conversation. His performances, popularity, and history with Du Plessis have kept him near the top of the middleweight division. From a competitive standpoint, there is still a story between these two fighters. Their rivalry has created memorable moments, and both matchups brought huge attention to the division. Cormier believes that while the general audience may be divided, he personally would like to see the trilogy happen because he wants the best fighters competing for the championship. Now the decision comes down to the UFC. The promotion must decide whether to revisit one of the division's biggest rivalries or move forward with a new contender chasing the title. Either way, Strickland has built a strong case for another opportunity. And the possibility of a third fight with Du Plessis remains one of the biggest discussions in the middleweight division. Move on to another news. Khabib has made a surprising proposal that could completely change the way MMA fights are structured. The former lightweight champion believes the UFC should consider experimenting with a format that removes one of the sport's oldest traditions, rounds. In a recent interview, Khabib explained that he would like to see fights without breaks between rounds. Instead of the current 3 5-minute rounds for regular fights or 5 rounds for championship bouts, he suggested a single continuous 15-minute fight for standard matchups and a non-stop 25-minute fight for title fights. The idea may sound extreme, but Khabib believes it could make fights more fair and more realistic. He explained that rounds can sometimes interrupt a fighter's momentum. A competitor might have an incredible opening round, push themselves to the limit, and then lose their rhythm during the 1-minute break before the next round begins. According to Khabib, removing those pauses would allow fighters to show who is truly better over the entire duration of the fight. Instead of resetting after every round, athletes would have to manage their energy, strategy, and endurance from the opening moment until the finish. The former champion suggested that the UFC would not need to immediately change the entire system. Instead, he believes the promotion could test the concept through exhibition fights or special events and see how fans react. Khabib also shared how this idea connects to his own training philosophy. He explained that when he wrestles and grapples during training sessions, he does not focus on a timer. He prefers to continue until someone gets tired, gives up, or finds a submission. He said many training partners ask for a set time limit, but his approach is simple. Keep going until there is a clear winner. While the current UFC format has existed for more than 3 decades and serves many purposes, including broadcasting and advertising, Khabib believes competition should ultimately be about finding the better fighter. His proposal is one of the most unique ideas ever suggested by a former UFC champion. Whether the UFC would ever test a roundless format remains uncertain, but the discussion has opened a new debate about the future of MMA. Move on to another news. Arman has finally locked in the details for his next UFC appearance, and the lightweight contender appears to be moving closer to another major opportunity. According to an update from his team during an interview with MMA Fighting, Arman is heading to Las Vegas to officially sign the contract and make his next fight official. The top contender revealed that the deal will be completed soon, and he believes this matchup will be an exciting challenge. Arman has also made his goals very clear. He stated that by the end of this year, he wants to win 2 fights and leave with 2 championship belts. That ambitious statement immediately caught the attention of fans, with many believing his comments are connected to Charles Oliveira. Many supporters think the first target could be the BMF title currently held by Oliveira. Winning that belt would potentially place Arman in position to chase the undisputed lightweight championship afterward. Adding more speculation to the situation, Oliveira's team recently hinted at his return after a cryptic face-off teaser appeared on social media. The possibility of another meeting between Arman and Oliveira has quickly become a major talking point. Analyst Luke Thomas also discussed the idea of a rematch, explaining that a second fight could make sense, especially if it takes place over 5 rounds. He pointed out that their first matchup had moments that could become more exciting with more time to work. While some fans criticized the original fight, a longer 5-round battle could create a completely different dynamic between the 2 elite lightweights. The BMF title situation remains interesting, as the UFC continues searching for matchups that truly represent the spirit of the championship. A potential Arman versus Oliveira rematch could be exactly the kind of high-level fight that attracts attention from fans around the world. Move on to another news. Dana White has addressed some of the biggest UFC storylines, including the possibility of a rematch between Khamzat and Sean Strickland, the light heavyweight title situation, and Conor's future inside the octagon. When asked about Khamzat and Strickland running it back, Dana explained that an immediate rematch is always decided on a case-by-case basis. He said the UFC does not believe every title fight should automatically lead to another matchup, because many factors have to be considered. Dana pointed out that sometimes a fight does not deliver, a champion dominates completely, or fans simply want to see a different challenger step forward. According to him, the most important factor is always what the audience wants. However, Dana admitted that certain situations are different. He believes fights like Khamzat versus Strickland and Ilya versus Gaethje are matchups where fans would likely accept an immediate rematch because of the history and competitiveness involved. Meanwhile, the light heavyweight division could see an interim title fight created this year. Current champion Carlos Ulberg remains sidelined with a knee injury, and the UFC may look to keep the division active while waiting for his return. Dana also reacted to Conor's comments about wanting his final UFC fight to be against Max Holloway. While he did not reject the idea, he made it clear that the first priority is Conor's recovery from his knee injury. Only after his health situation is fully resolved will the UFC discuss what comes next. With several major fights being considered, Dana emphasized that the promotion has many options available. The challenge is deciding which matchups make the most sense and which ones fans are most excited to see. For the UFC, fan demand remains the biggest factor when deciding the future of these blockbuster fights.